Hello, footies, and welcome back to FUT In Review episode 625. It is Friday, September 27th, which means it's the official release date of FC25. Normally, that means servers go kaput, and that's also certainly the case tonight. We'll talk about that. We talk about the road to the knockout promotion and our first week in FC25. My name is John, and I'm not alone. I'm joined by Mr. Foot Database himself, the Norwegian legend. And ever since he got in this business, there's more and more Norwegian football players breaking through. It's none other than
Hello.
Hello, Envy. And we are not doing this. The Friday Friday gang is back together. And this is what you get when you do live streams. You start talking weirdly. And I shouldn't drink beer before we start this as well. But we're joined by none other than the Scottish legend, the Foot in Review teddy bear. It's none other than Chris McIntosh. I should just do a voiceover for that one or something. Hi, Chris.
Hey guys, I'm so glad there wasn't a queue to get into the studio tonight because I was running late.
You prepared that one, eh?
Yeah.
All right. We need to talk about that first, though. It is September 27. It is the day where everyone can play FC25 and EV. The servers didn't completely crash, but what happened today?
Yeah, well, gonna log on and check some stuff, evolutions, etc. And then, suddenly popped up a queue system like when you're trying to buy football ticket or concert ticket, like I was 100 and something in the queue and counted down and then poops, crash and logged in and it's like 473. So yeah, no play for me tonight, I guess.
Yeah, basically we have a queue, and normally when games or online software brings in a queue, it is to make sure everything doesn't collapse. But I think it collapses anyways. So at this moment, we can't open the game when we're recording this. That isn't really helpful.
Nope.
How has the first week? Let's start with that, because it sucks. I don't think, we have to be critical about it. People bought their game today. People can't log into the game. What to say about this, Chris?
Well, John, we had a conversation just before we come on. So you tell us, because you understand servers. I don't. I think that's something to do with tennis. So I'll let you take it away.
Well, I said that it's not like EA runs their own servers. They have a provider that takes care of that. And a company that size is probably hiring Amazon or Azure. Those are like the two biggest server providers, right? And when you agree on the servers and when you set the parks up and when you take the deals there, it also has scalability. So it auto scales on the demand you need from it. That also takes a little bit of time. So, for example, when it even happens when software companies start the cloud software, host it for the whole year, train the people on it, and after a year they go live. And the first couple of moments they go live, even though everyone knows it's going to be busy, the servers are like, I have no idea what's going on here. Let me slowly start building up because I haven't had this amount of traffic in the last couple of months. That's to learn and then scale up. That usually takes about an hour. Then it's up and running. And during the next couple of weeks, it will come faster. It runs up with the new speed. All I said is I have no idea, of course, which provider EA has with them. But it's not like EA turns the servers up themselves or turns them down themselves either. So I'm expecting, honestly, that while we are recording it, this will probably fix itself. But I do understand the frustration, and it must be extremely frustrating, especially during the first problem of the year. But I also say, it's not that if EA owns like half a world of servers and just we forgot to turn the button up. I don't think it's that. I'm pretty sure it's not like that. Let's put it like this. So it was just to put a little bit of reflection in there.
So
Nevertheless,
we need new hamsters, is what we're saying. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, nevertheless, it is, of course, a bad start to the year for most people.
Aye, because people are hyped. People are absolutely hyped. And we think of all had the Ultimate Edition, haven't we? They're now going to ask us how our week has been. I really wish that when I played FC this week that I was queues to get in. Could have stopped me playing so poorly. But I feel sorry for everybody who's bought the game. They're hyped. They may have been in at 12 o'clock today. The new promo's out. It looks quite a decent promo. as well. We'll get to that as well. But I just feel sorry for everybody who's looking to either finish work or have a real good session at it and they can't get in. I know even Ingve, you've had a bad experience, haven't you, with getting to the queue and not getting in? It's like Oasis all over again.
Well, there's a couple of games this year that came out that were huge, right? Which had exactly the same problems because at launch the influx of players were that big. Helldive is just one example where they were like, "Oh, we have to implement the queue now because we didn't expect this much traffic, and we can't scale up that big." But it's like we had Apex Legends at launch a couple of years ago going out. Is Division 2, when it came out in 2019, had exactly the same problems. Diablo 3 is an example, Chris. Diablo 4 is an example we both played where we couldn't get on at capacity. And capacity is like very rarely the actual problem or that they run out of server space. It is more that, how I say, like if that's the case, then we just opt the servers and then we'll be pretty much done, if that makes sense. I'll make sure I'll post I know it's a complicated matter, so I won't be spending too much time on this. We could also do a live stream, of course, but I will put an article in the note descriptions showing a little bit why it's really hard to do some things on the technical side of game development, preparing for launches like this.
Okay,
but I'm not neglecting any bad experiences that put me out there, putting some technical perspective in. Because if you see my messages this week, I'm very much on EA sides with everything apparently. So I want to put that just in the middle. That's not the case, but it's also not unexpected tonight. And Chris, you even joked about it. Just make sure you don't put any transfers up at this time.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said to everybody. Be very careful. Now, to be fair, the app stayed up. I'm right in saying that, Ingve, the app stayed up. But it's just a wee warning for everybody. If it's getting to like 5:05 UK time, whatever time it is where you are, don't be listing players for minimum. Make sure you put the price that you want, because if the servers were to go down and someone's made a cheeky bid, you could lose that player for very few coins. Like the person, I believe, who listed Mbappe for 10,000 coins. I seen that on X this week. Sorry to them.
Oops, that's an oops. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 10,000. Now, don't hold me that one, but it looked a very low price. I'm not sure if it was real, but whoever's done that's probably deleted the game already.
Talking about Mbappe, I have another one of these new futures coming.
Coaching's top tip.
I think we sent me a message about someone that put Mbappe in an evolution for a cosmetic.
Yeah, tradable.
Oh,
So tradable Mbappe became untradeable by just making it look more fancy. So the top tip for this week is don't do that.
Yeah, just if you have a tradable card, don't put it in an evolution unless you plan to keep the card for the rest of the game, because whatever evolution it is, it'll make the card untradeable and you won't be able to sell it. So and EA won't be able to help you either. So you'll be stuck with the card for a while.
In the case of Mbappe, not a big thing, but still.
Not the worst thing, but you could build a quite nice team if you sold him. So
it is annoying no matter what.
Yep.
Oh well. We also have our first promo. What do you guys want to talk about first? The first promo, Road to the Knockout, or do you want to talk about your first week in FUT first?
We talk about the promos first. Just get it over with and finish it.
You can tell what sort of week we've had, listeners, where Ingve and I are no really want to talk about the game too much.
Mixed bags. We got new promo, Road to Knockout, with lots of players from the European Cups.
First, explain how it works.
Yeah. Road to Knockout is pretty similar to earlier year. There's upgraded at the launch, and you get an upgrade for winning 3 matches. That's a +1. You get a roll ++, and a +1 to the card if the club scores a goal in 4 matches. And if the team finished top 2 in the Champions League thing, consisting of 36 teams, they get another ++ roll. So there's not too many players that's going to get that. So I'd say +2 could be possible for many cards, and a roll ++ as well. but it's a little bit difficult to get the last one, I think, for Champions League cards at least.
It's a tough sell though.
Yeah.
First or second out of 36. I wouldn't bet on it. Let's put it like this.
No, I'd say a Real Madrid player would have a good chance, at least, if I'm honest.
Sorry, guys, but that's a very bizarre. I almost think that must be a mistake. I know you guys, we've talked about earlier, and you said it wasn't, but I mean, to finish top 2, are they thinking it's like to qualify? Is that what they're saying, or?
No, it's top 2 of the league, so that I think there's not going to be many players with 2 roles plus. So normally it's like the good players, icons, heroes, they have 1 plus role in a position. And these cards, like the top 2, will have 2 of these, 2 different roles that has a plus. So those cards will be kind of unique, almost like 2 playstyle plus last year. So this is like kind of a similar thing. So this is quite a long time forward until they get to unlock the last plus role as well. So but I don't know how
It'll
many
be in
weeks
Team of the Year case.
Yeah,
but I mean, Real Madrid plays Liverpool, plays Dortmund. How you're not certain they can be top 2 either, right?
They should.
Atalanta away. I don't know. That's.
I know it's not.
They don't really have
easy,
easy matches either. So
no, and the setup is a little bit strange as well, of course. So yeah, it's well, we just have to see. There's a team 1 and team 2, so I'm guessing we're getting a team next week as well. I think there will be a mini release as well. So
good, because we're missing some players.
Yeah, that's true. So
and sorry, just to is that'll be the same for Europa League because it's the Swiss model now, but the Europa Conference, I believe, is that the same, or is that in a league situation? It's just 6 games for them, isn't it?
Yeah, the Conference League team, they can get 3 upgrades, a +1 upgrade if the club gets 2 victories, a +1 overall, and plus role upgrade if the club scores at least 1 goal in 4 matches. Playstyle plus and a role plus upgrade if their club finished top 2 in the league table. That's in the Conference League.
Right, okay. Because there is a player in that league, in that release, that I've got my eye on, to be honest with you.
Who is that?
Moise Keane.
Yeah, I was going to say it looked like a certain Everton legend.
And ex-Juve, which will please John. It's part of our contract when we come on here. We can't speak badly about Feyenoord, and we must speak up Juve. Just on that, I don't want to upset our Welsh listeners. They're playing TNS, which is a team from Wales in Italy. So I imagine you could get the 4 goals or whatever they need in that one game, and the rest of their fixtures look pretty decent as well.
It's quite cheap as well at the moment. So,
but just if you look at the general line, like if the cards are already it's a little boost. Card design is just on par as always with these Champions League. I guess 3 league matches shouldn't be taking too long for some cards. Even the 1 goal in 4 matches seems all right as well. For most of the cards that came out today, at least those first 2 steps are doable, right, Invie?
I don't think it's. Does it say when it counts from if it's from the start of the first match in the Champions League, or does it start from the release of the card? I couldn't find any information about that because there has already been a match. So
no, that one didn't count.
Does it say that? No. because of Feyenoord? Because Liverpool got a win already. Real Madrid got a win already.
No, so here's the official statement. Each league phase match will count towards the win upgrade, including matches prior to the release of the road to the knockout kicking off in game. So then, the one from last week counted as well. Yeah,
so Bellingham has a good chance since he's one of the cards. And there's SBC we'll talk about that could be upgraded as well. So we'll keep matches interesting at least.
Definitely. Looking forward to it. Want to look at the team itself, or you first want to talk about the objectives?
We can do the objectives and SBC first. I'd like to get those things out of the way. It's easier to not go back and forth in case we forget. We get an objectives player, Otamendi. Of course, he's a well-known promo card player from early year as well. Plays for Argentina. He now plays in Portugal for Benfica. He also played for Manchester City earlier as well. So he's well known to the how things work in Europe. He's been there for many years. Know the pressure of that. And Benfica is a decent team as well. And the card it's probably not too bad if you look at the stats for now, but I don't know how long that card is gonna kind of keep up with the curve. It all depends on, of course, how Benfica does. So if EA had put him on, give him a little bit more pace, I think it would be a more popular card, of course. But you need to at least score. You need to assist 5 goals, either squad battles on minimum semi-pro or rivals. And unfortunately, you can't use him in Rush yet, I guess. You need to score 10 goals in squad battles using a player from Argentina or rivals, of course. And concede 1 goal or less in 4 separate matches. Should be doable at least.
This is doable.
Yeah, and the last one is win 10 matches using minimum 3 players from Argentina in your starting 11. So, and you get some packs on the way. You get some 500, you get around 1,000 points as well. So that helps towards the season objective, which is nice, of course.
Yeah.
So the
card
is not bad. So
league players this week so far, honestly.
Yeah, we had the
really stands out.
Yeah, so that's if you already unlocked those, you and the SBC Navarro that we talked about, Quaresma, Aursnes. You also have the informed Trincao, looks usable. The left back Moura, he is very cheap, and I think he would be really good for evolutions. Because it's solid, but it's not all it's not going to be blocked by requirements too early, I think, either. So if you got one of those cards, maybe
you get Kyrgios.
Yeah, the striker, Swedish.
So you can link him with him.
Yep, as well. So
looks like an underrated league so far this year.
Yeah, there's a
really well.
CDM released as well, and the road to the knockouts from Porto, so Canadian. So that also looks very good. That card actually, cheap card, but very good stats, I think, for a CDM.
Yeah.
So you can build a quite decent team and link those players. Shouldn't be too difficult, I think. So
pretty cool, actually. Pretty cool. All right, that was an objective player. What else do we get from objectives?
Nothing. Well, this. I don't know, objectives, play matches in the Evo arena. I don't know what the requirements are there since I couldn't get into the game. So
exactly.
Yeah, so you get packs from playing there. So that's a little bit sorry about that. But when we can't get into the game and see the requirements, it's it's not our fault. Have to wait for EA. So I think there's no other things from objectives worth mentioning. There's an SBC, of course, which usually I would be quite hyped about.
3 SBCs actually today.
Players.
1 player, yes.
Yeah, yes. The you were thinking about the packs, which I can't kind of like. Yeah, there's a team of the week upgrade that cost 14k to do. Road to Knockout Challenge as well that costs around 2,200 coins. So if you wanna
cheap gambles though, there's a couple of team of the week which are pretty cool. Small chance. Did they increase the amount of team of the week players? I was doing that daily show on Wednesday when the team of the week arrived, and I thought there were more players than ever, but just could be me.
I haven't counted them, so
it felt like there were more, and it felt like chance of pulling anything good is smaller than ever. For 14K, might as well gamble it, right?
Yeah, it's worth a try. Don't think, just keep a hold of the cards. Either you're going to be usable in a SBC when you need to unlock another player, or you're going to be able to put them in a nice evolution, and the card could be really good. But you kind of need to be patient. For 14K, it's maybe worth the gamble to do the SBC. You never know. But don't be disappointed if you get a lower rated card. You never know. It could be a hidden gem. So just keep it, and you never know when it comes handy. So
You need for SBCs in the end. Anyways, you wanted to talk about Jota, though.
yeah, Diego Jota, 195,000, a little bit expensive. He could get one upgrade at least, maybe two. But I'm a little bit disappointed with the upgrade. His non-inform is 85 rated, and this SBC is 86 rated. Most other cards got quite a significant increase in rating. He's the one that didn't. And we talked about the promo card last year as well for the FC Pro event. He was the only one that couldn't get any upgrades until EA, after quite a while, put out some objectives to get a little bit better version of him. So
Boost from his non-inform isn't like it's just one rating, but it is +2, +3, +5.
Yeah, it's bigger than a normal
Yeah.
inform rating, though. That's upgrade, sorry. So that's not bad, but I still think they could have given him a +2, but
Yeah, but in the end, we know by now that the rating on the card itself means nothing, right?
Yeah. He's got a 5-star week for you, hasn't he?
yeah, 4-star skill moves. So
and his passing went up tremendously. Cards look pretty good, actually, for me.
the card is solid as well, of course. Yeah, he got advanced forward plus as a striker, false 9 plus as a striker, inside forward plus role as a left winger. He also has the power shot playstyle normal, chip shot normal, long ball plus, which is nice, of course, rapid and relentless. So those are quite nice playstyles as well.
No pluses, unfortunately.
No, but he can get that if he should get all the upgrades probably. But
True.
that's going to be difficult, of course. But the card is well rounded, but it's still 200k almost.
It's a lot of coins. Especially look at their games. I've just having a quick look at their games here. So
Real
they've got
Madrid.
they have one window.
Yeah.
but I don't know if that. So they've got Bologna next week, I assume, and then Leipzig, which is one of the players I've looked at, looks decent in this one. So Liverpool play Leipzig away, then Leverkusen at home, which John knows how good they are after they played Feyenoord. Then Real Madrid at home.
Yeah, difficult.
Girona away, which you'd imagine, the way Liverpool's playing, they should be comfortable with that one.
Have a chance, yeah.
And then you have to just be very careful in the fact is this promo could go on till January because the games don't finish in December now. So they actually, in January, play Lille and then PSV away at the end of January. So this promo could be on for some time waiting for upgrades. It does seem a tad expensive, Ingve. I'll bow to your greater knowledge, though.
Yeah, I think it's expensive, but
Can I add the dollar in this one?
Of course.
Chiesa is 126, 130,000.
Yep.
He's 4-star, same team. I have Chiesa in my team, and it's pretty good. I think Jota might look better even on paper for 70,000 more and a chance to upgrade.
Yeah.
I don't think that's bad value, if I'm honest.
No, it's not bad value, but it's
defending everything today.
It's the first. It will be if you got the game today, you have a week to manage to. So you will be forced to either be super good at trading, or you have to jump to the store and spend lots of money to be able to get that amount of cards / coins you need to do the SBC. Which that's the kind of downside, I think. It's a little bit stressful to release now, but
but we can say that about Haaland. That was way worse. So,
but he's you had 30 days to do Haaland, so
that is also true. But he's 3 times as much. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But you can't make this one cheaper. That is my defense. If you make them cheaper, the other ones will just collapse. That would suck more for the players that have the gold cards, right?
But the gold card for Jota is not expensive.
No, but a gold card for Chiesa would be, for example, and he's pretty similar.
Yeah, but you need Chiesa to link, so that's
Wow.
I don't think it's gonna probably raise the value of Chiesa since that's a good card. So
Yeah, but you can't, like, I don't think you can make an upgradable 86 much cheaper on SBC. But that's maybe just my feeling about this.
that's okay.
Because the upgrade itself, like I agree, the ranking on it is a bit weird, but everything else on this card looks really solid. And I'm like, if I could buy 200k striker right now with these stats, actually could be tempting if you have the coins, right?
I do think we are probably a little bit still stuck in the FC24 mindset as well, going, this amount for whatever rating is 86 rated, isn't it? I think that's part of the problem. We need to think that, wait a minute, guys, 86 is a high rating at the moment.
Yeah.
We've just come from 99 rated players. If you had 97, they weren't getting in the team. So now you have to switch your mindset and go, right, 86, how long is it going to last in the team? Because, as I think you said earlier, that it's upgraded the Friday after the matches. So Liverpool could easily get a couple of upgrades very quickly. So I think, that could be 88 rated very soon. And you're going, well, that coin's actually not too bad for that type of player.
Yeah, but if to put a little bit of on the edge here, Noah Lang for PSV is 86 rated as well. So there's no disrespect to him, to Mr. Lang, but it's a different type of
you can disrespect him. That's totally fine.
So that's what I think is like. Lang is also 86 rated. You have Koch in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, but I agree. But those are built like way different players. Like Lang hasn't got the 5-star week, but he does have 5-star skill.
Yeah, he's 5-star skill.
The chances they win as much is far lesser. I'd say honestly, right? The rolls are lesser he's got on this, and the playstyles he's got aren't that good. So yes, it's an 86, but we all agree that the rating on these cards mean nothing, and especially on SBC cards, they don't mean anything. And on normal card, the only thing it does is make sure you pack them not as much if they have high rating.
But Benjamin Sesko, then he's like 79 rated non-inform, and now he gets an 86 rated card, and they might be able to get a few upgrades as well. The Red Bull Leipzig. So
yeah, I get that, but if you don't look like especially at the start of the game. But I said this last year as well. If you don't look at the general rating on a player, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything anymore. Stats, play styles, and rules mean everything.
Yeah. Well, we've mentioned Sesko. Could we just bring him up, John? Because that's an interesting card to look at. This is one for the gamblers out there, isn't it? Because, if we look at Red Bull's games, they've got, if I go through it, so they've got Juve at home, which is a hard game. I think Juve's got a new manager, haven't they, John?
They're playing really well lately.
They're playing well, and they're not scoring a lot of goals, but they're actually playing decent. Then they've got Liverpool at home, which is another hard game. You'd fancy Liverpool favourites. And then they have Celtic away, which is painful for me to say, but Celtic does play well at Parkhead, especially get on a roll. And then Inter away.
That's a hard schedule, though.
And then Aston Villa at home. And Aston Villa are another team that's flying. And then you're into, I think, January, where you've got Sporting at home, which you fancy them to beat, and Sturm Graz away. So you could be waiting a while. The reason I like the Sesko card, John, is maybe you can help us, is I think he's 6'5". Is that is height important at this? Is headers etc. important at this type of game?
Don't know if you're asking me or if
that's what I'm asking you, John. Sorry, apologies for that.
No worries, but honestly, so far I don't care too much about height at all at strikers. I have Harry Kane on top, which is nice, but next to him is Chiesa, which is a different nice, and it's not like one works better than the other. This stage of the game, y'all have to figure out what really works. I still find crossing hard this year so far because not everything is, not everyone can cross just as well. Passing stats changed. You need different rules and different play styles to pass even better. Or come out better in the runs. I think it's a hard shout to say, but it does. It has something extra, like you have a big body on top, right? It can definitely help. But if you don't count as big body, it's still a 4-star with decent speed, or good speed and good finishing for a reasonable amount of money.
I mean, this is one of these ones that could go down, isn't it? Though, if they get a bad result, and these cards being live as well, they get a bad result against Juve, which is very possible. I mean, is there anything in that card, Ingvi, for you that stands out or would be a concern?
On Seshko?
Mm-hmm.
I think he looks very usable. He's got good composure. He's got good attacking position, finishing, good acceleration, sprint speed, no gap there. Forza skimmer, Forza weak foot. He got 96 jumping, 93 heading accuracy, 85 stamina, 90 strength. He plays in Bundesliga, is of course nice. He has the Advanced Forward Plus and Poacher Plus as a striker as well. Power shot playstyle, as long as flair and technical, which will help, of course, as well, making him more nimble. He got the acrobatic and aerial, so I'm pretty sure even though he's going to be great in the air, to be honest. So if you got a decent crosser, I think you should be able to score quite a few headers with him. Quite good agility for such a big, tall player as well.
Yeah, we've got something new on the live shows, so people that chat and they might be highlighted. Simon says in chat he uses Boniface.
Yep.
For 20k, he helped me qualify. He's not subtle, just a big, fast, strong battering ram. But right now, that's pretty effective in the game. Considering most games, I am out-teamed and I don't really trade. So big players do work for Simon. I think that's cool to say.
Yeah, when
but there's not many, like Boniface is about the best striker you can have currently in the Bundesliga. So even on that matter, if you're running Bundesliga, so Sesko is pretty much worth it anyways, I think.
Yeah. But it's a good card, and if it gets an upgrade, it would be great. And I think that could be, if you like and you perform well with a target man, I think that's a good card to have at least.
Yeah, definitely. We got to speed things up though, because of course there's so much to go into. Ingvi, generally speaking, do you like this promo? For me, my honest opinion, I never like these. These take way too long to get into something interesting, but that's just me. And what about you?
Yeah, some of the upgrades are taking too long, of course. And if it's all the way to January to be able to get maybe the last two upgrades, then it's too long. They will be behind the curve, some of the cards, quite quickly then. There are some interesting cards, but of course there's a lot of cards we've seen so many times before. And there are cards that we don't see from teams that are also in the European Cups, from lesser teams, which is annoying, I think, because it could be fun to use some different cards from different teams as well. So that's kind of, I would like to see different selections, of course. We've seen Andre, I don't know how many times, to be honest.
Cherky is another one, isn't it?
Yeah, Cherky. Diani, we've seen I don't know how many times last year. And that was the first year with female players. Same with Claudio Pina. We saw her as well. Alvarez, of course. Doku. Di Marco, we've seen a lot of times. Posh has been at least 2 times in different promos. Not once last year and the year before. So Van der Beek as well, of course. So
no final players. Interesting.
Yet. But they usually don't unless they get to kind of quarterfinals, then okay, maybe we should put the Feyenoord player when they're practically lost the first match and out the next one. So yeah, that's I think if they put a team 1 with maybe the lesser known teams or lower rated teams, and then team 2 would be like the big guns.
But you can't have a low hyped team on day 1 of release.
No, then you have the super team on day 1, and then have the lesser ones in week 2, for example.
Exactly.
That would be much cooler. Just proper spice them up to make them within the power curve, and that would be so fun for players supporting those teams as well, to get a very good card early on to use, maybe half a year.
Yeah, you hear the EA. Ingvi just keeps throwing ideas at you. And I've got some bad news for Ingvi, or some good news, depends how you look at it. Last week, we did a deal that if EA put out a Puff Cream kit this week, you would sing You Never Walk Alone on stream.
Yeah.
I just got a message from EA saying it's coming tonight. So if you now log into the game,
It's nothing.
if you now log into the game, you can see it.
The problem is you can't log into the game and see it.
That's why there's a queue then. Folk are desperate to get their kit.
Green Puff Cat. Yeah. But
I know we need to move on. I just want to ask one very quick question, Ingvi. You're saying there's a Team 2 come out next week, which I assume will be Friday next week.
Yeah.
But there's actually games taking place Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Will they count towards? Because I imagine they won't change the promo. And if you take a player who comes out on Friday, he could have one less game.
Yep, those will count as well, from what John found from the official.
Right, so you don't need to worry, but you also need to bear that in mind if a team gets beat, that those players. So it'll be interesting to see what teams, players they pick. I'm sure they've already picked them already. But if you've
we'll
got
see
a team,
someone we've seen before, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
You could you could have a team or playing next week that's already on two out of 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so. Exactly.
But that's good. That's good. And then we go into the real promo. Rating for the promo, if 1 to 10, just a number.
4.
Chris,
6.
6. I'll go with a 6.
Yeah, I mean, I think
it's a decent start. Nice players, but I think it's just. I love live cards, but these always take a little bit too long for me.
Yeah, and some of them are, of course, extinct, and then they're too expensive, and some are priced as they would get the full upgrade as well. It's like 3 million for Jude Bellingham. That's not going to happen soon for me to buy.
I just worry how people are going to pack them. That's my concern, because we won't get into a big debate about rewards on the show because we need to extend it till Sunday probably.
Yeah, but we'll see. Next week Champ starts, isn't it?
Yes.
Uh-huh. But that'll be Team 1 will be out of packs by then.
Yeah.
So I wonder how many people are going to pack.
Well, in theory, if you can finish Weekend League on the Friday, then you'll be able to get Team 1 players.
Then you
do have rival rewards, you do have squad battles rewards. So there are options there to get some rewards.
Yeah, that's true.
But we'll talk about that in another show, John.
Yeah, that's because did you know we now do daily shows, Chris? Mm-hmm. No, seriously, we do the daily shows. We decided to do the daily shows, and we called them the shorts. We're thinking about 15, 20 minutes shows max. So 2 big shows, 2 daily shows, and we said these shows take 45 minutes, and we're already 38 minutes in. So there's no way we'll make it today again. But that's all right. You have the numbers. We got 2 6s and 1 4 for the promos so far. There's so much to discuss, but I think we have to put our reservations for the first week in FUT for next week. There's so much I want to discuss. But I know Dan will never make it to the end of the show.
There is some breaking news, though, from EA.
Green Puff. Yeah, I know.
We are aware of issues affecting connectivity on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Our team is actively investigating and will share updates as soon as possible. Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, well, that was the least they could say. We have a new segment, though, Ingvi. Yeah. And that segment is called
Mr. Ponytail.
Community Team of the Week.
Community Team of the Week. Where our community on our Discord server, which is free to join, can leave us a team. You can leave your team there, well, every day, but we'll look at the last version you uploaded that week. And in all the teams, and there's been, 2, 4, 6, there's about 20 teams being uploaded for you to pick a team from. You pick a team, you say, you name the team and the owner, you say why you like it the most. And next week, we do it all over again. So who wins this week, community team of the week, Ingvi?
Yeah, it's our friend Archom. He put out a really interesting team with a lot of different type of players, evolutions, good mix between leagues as well. Nice hybrid. And should I just go through the players from start to finish?
Sure.
Yeah. In goal, he has the Robert Sanchez card, the objectives card you could unlock. Right back, the Feyenoord legend Aursnes, you also unlockable. And then he has the Ignacio, the centre back from Sporting. And then he has Quaresma, unlockable player as well as centre back. And Udogi from Spurs as left back. And he also has a CDM that I don't know the name of. I'm sorry that he's an evolution from
Also
Japan.
for the Portuguese league.
Yep. Evolution 84 rated, really cool card. And of course, he has the well-known Renato Sanchez evolution as well. He has packed a certain Hamsik hero card. Looks really cool.
That seems like the pre-order card, though.
Yep, that's the pre-order version. And he has Bruno Fernandes, he has Timo Werner, and then he has the
Gyökeres.
Yes, Gyökeres as a striker. So that's a very good mix from different leagues and different type of players. So really looks like a really fun team to use, and I think it's quite unique as well. I like it.
Yeah, and I think it's really cool to see that he's also playing this in Division 3 already.
Yeah,
So it's not just hanging around in squad battles. He's in Div 3 with this team, which is extremely awesome to see.
Yeah, it's he's doing incredibly well with that team, and it's cool that you can have those evolution cards quite up to speed already by doing this. So EA started well with the evolution so far. There's so many good players you can make quite within the power curve, which I think is really nice. So that's props to EA for that, at least.
Yeah.
It's Morita is the name of the CDM he's using.
Yeah, I just wanted to send him a message, but he didn't want to come on the show if he didn't know his name, he said so.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Really sorry. I was kind of expecting Mr. Ponytail guessing game here, so
that's
I'm
also what we're going to do right now.
Yeah, so I'm sorry about that.
Mr. Ponytail guessing game. I always forget because we don't have a team name. We don't have a jingle yet for him. But congrats, Artyom, for the community team of the week. Talk about the other section we have to involve the community a little bit more. Is how's it called again, Chris?
Not Jota Clue.
Not Jota Clue, which is where Ingvi me all can ask 3 questions each. And then we have information about who our mystery player could be. And if you are a member of our Discord community, which is free again, you can just join. No cost at all. The app's free. Everything's free there. You can also send Chris a message with the guess of that player. And if you get it right, Chris draws a winner. If there's multiple, and the winner sends in a new player name, and we can guess that one. I did not have a single clue last week, neither at Ingvi. So Chris, run us through it. What were the questions? What was the answer, and who won?
Well, no, I won't give you the answer. So here we go. With the people who got it right. First of all, James, Formula 1 James, congratulations, he won. Neurasic and Simon won. Simon won't give the game away here. They've guessed the player already, so you guys are a little bit behind. So the player is a forward, does not have a ponytail, does not come from Europe, is international, not from South America, and not from North America, and is also not Sani. So you guys can ask. So Ingve,
we have to continue this. I thought we get the answer.
No, we're going to make. You guys are under pressure now. You got to get this right. So Ingve, do you have a question? You can't ask the sex of the player this time now.
Is it a man?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it is male player.
Yep.
John?
From Asia.
Yes. Is he from Japan?
No.
Is he actively playing?
Yes. Ingvi.
Last question for Ingvi.
From Asia is actively playing at least. That's a bit of a bonus.
Would you like to guess, Ingvi, and put John out the game and take an early lead in this competition?
Else I'll do it.
I think John knows it by looking at his face.
I don't know for sure, but I've got an idea.
So you can guess as your question. Would you like to guess the player?
I have no clue to who it can be. So
this is Mr. FIFA database, remember, guys?
Yeah, but that's FIFA. This in real life, I have no clue.
All right, hit it.
I had
hit
a
it.
player in mind, but when he wasn't from Japan, it was like, okay.
Ask a question or cast a player.
Is he playing in a top league?
Yes,
Is it Heung-min Song?
it certainly is. Well done, John. You take the early lead.
I misunderstood because I thought when he said he wasn't from Europe, I thought he wasn't playing in Europe. So yeah, that's no wonder.
Oh,
Well,
guys, calm down. It's all right. That's all right.
One, so John takes an early lead. So next Friday we have a player in mind. James has already picked it, and we'll start a game again. Hope you guys enjoy it. And as I say, if you join the Discord, you're allowed to guess. The Discord is absolutely free, and when you make your guess, you get one guess a week. You can guess the player, and we'll do a draw, and then you get to pick the next player, which James has done, which is a hard one actually. So well done, James, for next week.
Looking forward to that one. I got one more section to close off this podcast, though.
Formation focus.
Formation focus, guys, where I highlight a formation I've been playing or we've been playing. And I don't want it to make it too complicated, but I've been playing the 4-2-3-1 white this week. I've been trying to fix that up. And these are normally the Patreon exclusive tactics. I just uploaded them all to the YouTube of FUT IN Review for everyone to see. So if you go to our YouTube channel, which you have to sub to anyway to watch this show every day, tune in live, etc., you don't have to, but I would appreciate it. All the tactics, including new controller settings, camera settings, tactics explained, all the info is there now as well. So check out youtube.com/FUT IN Review. And I am almost at Division 3 with those 4-2-3-1 white tactics. 2 more wins, which I would have gotten tonight if it wasn't for the servers dying out. I'm not going to gamble it if I get in, honestly, tonight, I think as well. Maybe that's not a very good idea. I want to give a spoiler for next week. I want to ask you guys a rating for your first week in FC. From 1 to 10, 1 being awful, 10 being amazing. And then people on the socials and listening to this can just fill in the blanks why you think that's the case, and we'll come back on it next week. I think that's a good way of doing it. So put it in the show notes, and if you're on Spotify, you can see the question as well. If you open the show, you see a little question mark there. It will say, why does Chris give a X, or why does Ingvi give an X? And you can just answer there. Chris, what's your number? First week in FC. 1 to 10. There's new players coming in now.
Yeah, and they should be looking forward to the game, but for me, it's been a 3.
Oh, that's really low. Ingvi. All right. If you combine 3 and 4, you get a 7. So I go to an 8. Leaves us with one thing left to do, and I'm really looking forward to talking about this next week, Chris. But leaves us with one thing left to do. We'll be back this Monday, but it's time for us to
Drop it.
Drop it.